majority of clients because they don't feel like they're sexually satisfying their partner, they want to hire someone?
Everybody, bro. I had a local couple here where the guy had some medical issues. He just wanted his wife to be satisfied. He had filmed it. He was in the room the whole time. He participated a little bit. It was actually a pretty romantic gesture. And they didn't get a hotel room, and their kids were home. And I have to go behind the kid as he's doing Xbox and sneak me into the room. So then they went out and distracted the kid. I'm thinking this kid's playing his Xbox with his friend and has no idea what his mom and dad are up to, bro.
Oh my God. All right, guys, we got Tyler here. He's a male adult entertainer and a male gigolo.
That's true.
You want to redo that? Yeah.
No, you can. I thought that was funny. You don't have to redo it. I just eat nice. It's fun. Let's keep it going.
But yeah, man, you've been in Vegas for over 15 years.
Going on, 18 years, 19 years, something like that. I moved here in 2007.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a while. Went back quick.
And you came here pretty broke, right? From what I studied.
I'd saved up like $2,500.
Okay.
And packed up, might have been $2,800. And I packed up my 1998 Pontiac Bonneville and put everything I could in it. I remember I was pissed off because I couldn't fit my ab workout machine in there with everything in there. And I had to leave my ab workout machine in Indiana. I thought I was real mad about that. But no, just did the drive and haven't looked back since, really. It's been, I had its ups and downs, but mainly ups, man. I've had a great time here.
That's solid, man.
100%.
Was that a big change from Indiana?
Absolutely. Just scenery and everything. You know, in Indiana, you got a lot of churches, cornfields, barns,
right? A
lot of home. And I've heard too, I have family and friends that still live there, that it's actually changed and it's getting way more developed.
Okay.
But like when I lived there, in the town I grew up in, New Palestine, we actually got our first stoplight when I was in high school. There was like a Gas America that was connected to like a Taco Bell. And that was where we kind of hung out. So it's a little small town, man. Churches, cornfields, barns, played baseball and all that good stuff. But yeah, coming out here to Vegas is a whole different, it's just different, bro. It's just different. I like it.
Did you feel like you didn't fit in where you grew up?
Yes and no. I think like in adolescence, you're always going to have maybe a feeling of fitting in. You try to find your tribe.
Yeah.
And I kind of did, but then I got hooked up with rest in peace. A really good friend of mine died about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Danny Perry, I love you, bro. You're a great kid. And I wish you were still here. But it was me, Danny, Dylan, another handful of guys. There was Jeremiah, his little brother, Bobby. We were all skateboarders. So I had my little skateboarding clan growing up in high school and middle school. So that was my life. I was going to be a pro skater.
Wow.
That's what I was going to do.
That was a big phase for a lot of kids.
You couldn't talk me out of it. I had we had a guy that would weld us rails and we had all kinds of stuff in the driveway. So I was going to, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater just came out, bro. Yeah. We were all about the skating, man. Those were the good old days, bro. That was before the Jiggalo days came. But I still had a little Jiggalo in me. So we found one of my friend that passed away. He would not mind that I told this story, but we had found his parents' collection.
Okay.
And back in the day, there were VHSs.
Yeah.
So like, do you remember the old school tape recorders?
I wasn't that young.
But you ever, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Am I that old?
I'll be
40, bro. So an actual VHS went into the tape. So you could hook the VHS player up to a VCR and you could dub it. It was the first pirating. Yeah. So we'd take his parents' I would record them on my own videos and I would rent them out to my friends at school.
Wow.
So I had a video rental company in high school.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So you were pretty rebellious.
I guess I was just trying to find a way to make a buck.
Make a little hustle. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Because back then there was no.
No, you were lucky. There was nothing. It was a magazine or VHS. That was back in the days where you actually had to go to like Blockbuster and stuff.
Yeah.
And they would actually have like a curtained off area that said adults only. You could rent.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro.
Because I used to go to Blockbuster as a kid, but I never saw that section.
Yeah, there was definitely adult sections. They definitely had that. And you were lucky to get a magazine. I remember I probably jerked off to the same Penthouse for a year.
Wow.
Yeah. We didn't have the internet.
Penthouse?
Yeah, Penthouse, bro.
Like not even a girl?
No, Penthouse, the magazine.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Really?
I thought you meant penthouse, like a house.
No. You don't know Penthouse?
No.
You don't know Penthouse magazine?
I've heard of Playboy.
You don't know? All right, it's cool. Penthouse is a porn magazine.
Let's ask Nathan. Nathan, have you heard of Penthouse?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay.
So, what you're talking about.
Okay, Penthouse.
Well, I'm 27, so I don't think I even read I didn't read magazines growing up.
Right, by the time you were,
I caught the tail end of highlights and Sports Illustrated, but that's
right, and that was about it.
That's it. Yeah.
So like, because I remember when I was like a kid, it was like a big deal. Like if you had a magazine in like Walmart or Target or something, they had like a thing was when we were kids, and guys and girls my age will know this. When you were made to go grocery shopping with your parents, you'd be in the magazine aisle.
Wow.
That's what you'd go do. You just go look at magazines and stuff until your parents got done shopping, and then you'd leave.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have phones to flip around on or nothing.
Yeah, we're spoiled these days, man.
Really, dude. Like I wish I had stuff like even being a rock and roll fan. You know, the only time I get rock and roll news is if my mom went to the grocery store or something, and I could go pick up a Metal Edge magazine or something and just see what the bands were doing. There was no, let's follow our band real quick. Or no, you had to go to Blockbuster and buy the CD.
Wow.
Dude, I know, right?
I actually did catch Redbox.
Okay. That would have been, that's the one where you go outside, and that was like, that was the tell in the Blockbuster.
I think it's like $1 or something cheap.
They still have those.
They do?
I noticed them in front of some gas stations, and I think to myself too, I can't tell you the last time I got
it's been like
an actual
10 years.
physical.
Yeah. Plus they always came scratched up.
Or you could scratch them and they would skip and they would but nowadays it's everything's on, you just stream it. Dude.
Netflix, YouTube,
Amazon.
I don't even have TV anymore.
I couldn't tell you the last time I had cable.
Yeah.
And when I hear friends, some of my friends' parents still have it. I'm like, you guys still pay for cable?
Watching commercials?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we still kind of, depending on, but you're still going to get ads with the YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff. But I feel like that's what your generation does. Like, is it normal for you to if you're sitting down to eat or you want to do something real quick, pop on a YouTube video?
Easily.
Yeah.
I have to watch a YouTube video while I'm eating.
Right?
It's a given.
Shout out to Brant. I did a podcast called The Wet Slap in Orlando, Florida. And Brant was the same way. We were talking about this, and he's your age. He's like, yeah, man, every time I eat, I have to find a YouTube video, and I want to watch a YouTube video while I eat.
I go crazy if there's none. And
really?
my girl hates it.
Will you wait to eat until you actually find something, and then you'll find it, and then you'll sit down and eat?
The food will go cold before I start eating if I don't find a video.
All right. So that's just the new way to do a TV dinner.
Yeah. Multitask.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get a lot more options.
Yeah. Pop on a little podcast, a little Joe Rogan or something, you know? What prompted the move out here? Was it planned, or was it like something you wanted to do growing up?
I knew Indiana wasn't going to be the place for me to be at if I wanted to do what I wanted to do as far as adult. By the time I had moved out to Vegas, I'd been stripping out of there was a club called PT's in Indiana, and it's a titty bar. It's a female strip club. But on Saturday nights, they would have the backstage, the back two stages. They would do male reviews. Okay. So I went there and auditioned, and I was working there for a while, and I'd work there on Saturday nights, and then I had a friend of mine that worked at a gay bar. It was a gay strip club that was open 7 nights a week. So I was like, man, I'll work at the straight bar on Saturday nights, and then I'll work at the gay bar every other night. Yeah. So I'll just dance. I was just constantly just stripping, bro. And then there was a competition called Nudes a Poppin', NAP, and I think since it's kind of breaks my heart because it's been around since like the 70s. It's a huge stripping competition, and it's catered towards the women. But I had won it and got some job offers. I was Mr. Nude North America. Wow. Yeah. Dennis Rodman handed me my trophy, the worm.
That's sick.
So yeah, I hung out with him and partied with him one day. The guy was I remember his hands being really big. He kept calling me Mr. Vegas. I'm such a wrestling fan. Whenever I'd go do my routine at the Nudes a Poppin', I would have the big pyro behind me. Yeah. And do all the stupid throw beers out to the audience. I always wanted to look somewhat sexy to the girls, but I always wanted the guys that kind of like it too, because you'd be cool because you have to get votes. So I figured if I did the strip show for the ladies and threw the beer to the guys would like me because I'm throwing them beer, and the girls would like me because I'm giving them a strip show. Smart. It worked. You know, I won that competition a few times. Shout out to Bailey. Yeah, Bailey's another exotic dancer in New York. He's won that competition a ton. But no, I came out here. I knew what I was getting into. I had job offers, and I just, like I said, I didn't look back.
Nice. You really like the strip clubs, just...
Not the clubs.
Not the clubs.
In Indiana, that's the last time I worked at a real club. When I came out here, so I've been with, since I've been in Vegas, I've been with a company called Sin City Strippers. Okay. And I just do private parties. Oh, wow. That's it. So I go to hotel rooms and banquets and bars and restaurants and studios. I've been everywhere.
Bachelorette parties.
Bachelorette, birthday, a party. I've done divorce parties.
Really?
Hospice parties.
Wow. Hospice parties.
Hospice parties. I've danced in hospital wings.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, bro. I've danced like
because they're going out, so they want to see a little
hospice. The hospice one I did was at this young lady's house. I talked about it. I did Mark's soft white underbelly a few times, and he had asked me about the hospice because a lot of people are asking about that. And it was just a little old lady that lived in this house, and she always wanted a stripper. And I remember it was a little dark in the back of your head because you kind of knew, but it was a very happy experience. Yeah. Old lady, she was with all her family and stuff like that. And that house I danced at was literally like down the street from where I lived at the time. And I remember I would drive by there sometimes and just kind of think about her. You know, it's just, you can't help it. You know, I mean, there's a very human side to me. I have a very I have a very humane side to me where I can feel things and just, you know,
So you're an empath.
You know, that's what they say.
Okay.
You know, I write music. I've been in rock and roll bands and stuff, and they say you got to be able to feel to be able to write. So I think I am an empath.
An empath in your space has to be pretty rare because I feel like most people would want to leave out the emotional side of it.
Absolutely. You can't, I mean, I wish I could. You see hurt, you see pain, you see something I can't help it. It's just, you see it and you feel it.
Yeah.
You know, I can't block it out.
Yeah.
You know, right?
That is crazy. Yeah.
You can't block it out. Yeah. I've always had an empathy for people. I don't know. I always want to help.
Do you ever feel bad if like the girl's married or something?
No, that never bothered me when I was a kid. And nowadays, or when I was younger, nowadays it's, I don't know. I would feel bad if I did it nowadays. There's been a handful of times where I've banged the bride to be, and I guess maybe I feel a little weird about it now that I'm older. But in my 20s, I didn't get bro.
Wow.
I didn't get you don't care.
So they actually bang?
There's times where there was these group of girls from Texas, and this is a FYI to everybody out in the internet world. I'm telling stories about my life and things that have happened to me. I'm not a clout chaser. I'm not trying to look cool. So again, you can take this with a grain of salt. So we're at I forget what exactly hotel. I want to say it was at the MGM, if I'm remembering. We're going years ago. It's about 4 or 5 girls from Texas, and it was the Bachelorette, and we're all doing it, and they ended up pulling my out, and they're, you know, the Bachelorette's pretty hot, and her friends are pretty hot, and they're egging her on to blow me. And her friends are egging her on, and she blew me, and I finished and all that good stuff, and they were all happy about it. I had another time where I was at the Flamingo, and there was these handful of girls from New York, and it was just a normal party, pretty wild. It was just, I remember it being really fun. And I was wrapping things up, and I was going to like a little end table right here to kind of count my ones and get my stuff together. And the sister of the bride came up to me, and she's like, "How much my sister?" She was hot. And I'm like, "The Bachelorette?" She goes, "Yeah, she just really wants to get dick down." I was like, $500. And she laughed at me because the girl was real hot. She goes, "I want to give you a couple $100s." And of course, I'm like, "All right, sure." So I took it, and I remember I walked into the bathroom, and she had one of those like little slutty white dresses on with no panties and stuff. And she was kind of bent over the kitchen thing doing
the sink
doing her line of
yeah.
And I just lifted her up, pulled the skirt up, gave it a couple quick licks, and just gave it to her.
Wow.
Yeah. And she had a fun time. And it's just like, I know that can sound kind of to some people like I'm a scumbag, but man, 20 years old, you're in the heart of the moment, you're partying, I mean, drinking, doing all that kind of stuff, you know?
It happens both ways too.
You know, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, but now that I'm older, like I just,
you got a line.
I stay away from, I'll bang the maid of honors and the girls. I won't do the bachelorettes no more.
Yeah.
No. And luckily for me in the last, Sean, I'm going back years ago. I don't think a bachelorette in years and years, and I won't do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's respect. That's respect.
I've moved more into it's funny. I've moved more into the actual after the wedding because I do a lot of bachelorette parties still. I have one scheduled tonight at the Cosmo. But my main business now I do, which I've moved over to, which is it's more low energy and it's more my beat now is guys will pay me to sleep with their wives. So that's my main bread and butter right now.
Yeah, they call that cucking, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's cuckolding, cucking, all that stuff. Yeah.
Wow, what a job.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because now you have their consent at least. So you don't have the guilt.
No, the husband. Okay, so like my protocol for that is I'll usually, especially if it's the first time I'm meeting them, I'll want to meet them like say if they're having me scheduled at the Wynn for 6:30. You know, I'll text the husband like, "Hey man, I'll be there about 6:15. Meet me down at this bar. I just want to have a drink and fill them out."
Yeah,
that's it. And fill out the guys, see where they're coming from, make sure the wife's everything's all good, and then we go up from there.
Wow.
So that's my protocol.
And is it a majority of clients because they don't feel like they're sexually satisfying their partner, or they want to hire someone?
Everybody, bro. Like, you give me a reason. I had, I swear to God, that's the truth. I had a local couple here where the guy had some medical issues, and he just had a hard time getting hard, which is fine. He was on medicine. He just wanted his wife to be satisfied. So he hired me to come in and do his wife. She had the lingerie on. He had filmed it. He was in the room the whole time. He participated a little bit. It was actually a pretty romantic gesture.
Oh, he participated?
A little. Yeah, sometimes they do. Okay. A little bit. But he was having problems, but he wanted his wife to feel good, and I saw that. Right. That's not the funny part. The funny part of that story is these were locals, and they didn't get a hotel room, and their kids were home. And so they have them on the Xbox. They sneak me in through a window, and I have to go behind the kid as he's doing Xbox and sneak me into the room.
Yeah.
And I do the dirty, and then they're like, "How are we going to get him out?" like, I have to go out the window again. And I was like, go out the window again. I was like, God damn it. I was like, all right, fine. So then they went out, distracted the kid. I'm thinking this kid's playing his Xbox with his friend and has no idea what his mom and dad are up to, bro.
Oh my God.
I'll always remember that. And it always made me laugh because you could just tell the parents were just good-hearted people. I'm thinking to myself, like, luckily they got me as a person.
Yeah.
You got this random guy coming into your home with your kids there to bang your wife. You know, it doesn't sound so innocent, but it was funny. That was a fun time.
They couldn't wait till he went to school or something.
You're right. Well, it was at night, you know, it's right, nighttime, or at least go get a hotel room. But to answer your question, in that case, it was a medical thing with him. There's a ton of swingers where I've had this couple that sees me a few times a year, or when the husbands come in, it's usually the next night or the night before was their night.
Okay.
So they get girls, and then now it's the girls' time to get guys. So they'll do that. 2 weeks ago, have you heard of the Red Rooster?
No.
You haven't heard of the Red Rooster?
No.
It's been in Vegas forever, bro. So
Really?
it's a swingers bar.
Okay.
And,
Where is it?
Way east Tropicana.
That's probably why I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, so it's a swingers bar, and I was hired there to dance a few times, and I was just there a couple weeks ago. A swinger guy, husband wanted me to dance for his wife, and that's a swingers place with no cell phones and stuff allowed. So whatever happens, happens.
Okay.
So she's completely naked. All her friends are playing with my. It was just a fun time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good time. Good people.
I don't know if I could do the swinger lifestyle.
That's not for everybody.
Yeah. Do you think
No.
you can?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
You never tried it?
I'm trying to think. I've been in relationships where you don't really consider yourself in a relationship, so it's kind of open.
Yeah.
But it's not like I've never been in like a serious relationship and then be open. I've never done that.
Yeah, it's tough. I heard swingers are big out here though.
Oh yeah, and they're happy people. A lot of them are happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard they go to the Nomad sometimes, Nomad Library.
See, now you got me. What's Nomad?
It's in Park MGM.
Okay, I heard of Nomad. So is that like is that kind of like a place known to swingers, but it's not advertised?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like high-end exclusive.
Okay. I thought you were talking about like another swingers bar out here.
Nah.
Like the Power Exchange or like the Green Door.
I haven't
like
heard
that.
those.
No, I think the Power Exchange is closed. Green Door's been here forever. That's
Okay.
on I think East Desert Inn.
So you just show up with your partner and then
Yeah, so like at the Red Rooster, depending on the night, it's usually like Thursday through Sunday. They always have party nights or themes. Crystal Sparks is a girl that I've shot with. Her and her husband are great people. They do like stuff there. So where they do nights. So like if like it's either like if you show up as a single guy, it's like $80 for you to get in.
Okay.
But if you come as a couple, it's only 40.
Okay.
So if you bring a girl, it's only 40. But if you're just a guy, it's like 80. And that's the way I think they keep the ratio. You know, because you don't want to go to a swingers bar and just have a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're into that, and that's cool. But a lot of people aren't into that swingers places.
Yeah. And you're in the trannies right now, right?
I like how you said trannies. That'll get you canceled these days, bro.
Oh, will it?
Yeah, I was on the set of this one time, and I was saying tranny and stuff. This one kid goes, he was a gay guy. He's a little gay guy. He's like, "You're lucky I'm not getting triggered right now." It's like, triggered for what? He goes, trannies like saying the N-word.
What?
It's like trannies like saying the N-word. I was like, are you stupid? I just started laughing at this little kid, and I was like, get triggered. I was like, I don't care. When I grew up, we called them chicks with
Yeah.
you know, and a lot of the or guys with tits, whatever the side of the fence you're on. But I'm totally into them. Emma Rose, Brittany Cade. Shout out to all my girls out there. Foxy, they're great people. Yeah, I'm totally in the trans.
Wait, so why do they? What's the word now then? I
think you're supposed to say trans.
Trans. It's not even that different.
I know. Trust me, I know. I say
Wow.
tranny all the time, and I'll get sometimes
That
people
is
like, you
fascinating.
shouldn't say that word. I'm like,
Damn.
This is where I don't understand. I haven't been canceled yet.
Wow.
But I'm openly into trans or trannies or chicks with whatever you want to call them. I don't
Okay.
care.
And you have been for a while, or it was like
Yeah.
a progression?
No, I've always kind of been into it. I
Oh,
think.
wow.
Yeah.
So that's a unique taste.
Is it?
It's not for everyone.
I feel like a lot of people are into it. They just don't have the balls to admit it.
Really?
And I'm not looking at you like you're into it, like admit it to me. But I'm saying like, because you hear like interviews with like Jeffree Star and just girls that I know that are in the game that are known, you know, workers in the trans game. Well, they get their DMs all the time with professional athletes and actors. And
Yeah.
I think it's more normal than what people let it to be. I think so.
Yeah, it's probably one of those things people are scared to. It
Admit.
was like being gay 20 years ago, probably.
Right, exactly. And like maybe 10 or 20 years from now, it's just gonna be like, oh, the guy's just in the trans. Like, yeah, I never cared. Like I always was like, if you don't like me because of that, you can yourself.
So you're very open with your sexuality and
Yeah, I don't care.
preferences and everything.
I don't care.
That's cool though to see you own up to it. Like,
Yeah, I don't care, man. You are who you are, bro.
yeah.
You know, you should wear your dude, it's what's his name? That little midget from the Game of Thrones.
Oh, Tyrion.
Yeah, he had his saying as his character on that show, like you should. And I'm not calling being in. By the way, I'm not calling being into trans or trannies an imperfection, but it said you should always wear your imperfections and your flaws on like a shield because they can never be used to hurt you.
Right.
So no one can ever use that to hurt me. Oh well, you're in the. Well, yeah, I know I am. I had a coworker of mine when he had found out that I was in the trans, went to my Twitter and downloaded a lot of my trans scenes and was showing them everybody, calling me a gay loser, faggot, and it's just like, oh, so this is who you really are. It's like, damn, I didn't know you were that bothered you that bad. And by the way, this is to all the psychologists who watch the show. What is with the guy downloading my stuff onto his phone and showing people? What is that, bro?
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, I've definitely had some flack. I've lost some friends over it.
Really?
But were they ever really friends?
Good point.
You know?
Yeah.
You get older, you be yourself, man. I know at the end of the day, I'm a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I'm a chiller ex dude.
You ever been on Dancing Bear?
What's that?
It's like a thing where the guy wears a bear hat. You haven't seen that?
No, I haven't seen Dancing
What?
Bear. No.
Oh, I used to watch that in high school. Back when I used to watch, I stopped watching, but
When I was in high school, the big guy was the big black guy that would always be eating cheeseburgers and drinking a 40.
what?
I think this thing was called 40-ounce bounce.
I
Hey,
haven't
shout
seen
out to, if you're still around, bro. We used to watch all the time, bro. You'd always be eating a cheeseburger and drinking a 40 and dumping on the girl's ass, and you had a big grill.
That's awesome.
Me and my friend Ryan thought that guy was the coolest guy on the planet.
I gotta watch that.
I gotta ask, man, is there book? I got anything coming out?
Nah, you're good. You're
Okay,
clean.
cool. You almost made that Dancing Bear thing. You about got me, bro.
I can't believe you haven't heard
I
that.
don't want to do the rest of the podcast with a big old cliffhanger, and then I'm gonna go viral for the wrong reason.
Oh man, that's legendary. Do you watch a lot of now?
Not really. I mean, I see it a lot when I'm going through my because I post a lot on just because I follow stars are my friends.
Yeah.
So especially when I want to sign in Twitter and I want to upload something or something,
Twitter's full of it
because it's uncensored. But a lot of times I don't go out of my way to watch it much. Not really.
You're living it. Why not?
You know? Yeah,
watch
I think so. I've done a few mainstream. I definitely would consider myself somewhat of a star because I've done mainstream movies with mainstream stars for mainstream companies, but it's something that I never really pursued.
I feel that.
It's fun, but I don't know, man. I like the low key stuff better.
Yeah. It feels more like work, right?
The does.
Yeah.
When I'm doing like the stuff for the couples and the bachelorette parties, like it's not work. It feels fun and like I'm in control.
Yeah.
I'm in control. And I like that. I like the fact that I can dictate the pace. When you're on these big sets, especially like the big companies that do like the whole lines and characters and costumes, like you're not in control at all.
Yeah.
You're just I remember the first time I did it, the guy was like, all right, I was sitting there naked, did the pictures, and he's like, all right, get hard. And he's like, just got to get hard. So that sometimes that can be a little stressful.
Yeah, if they're forcing it. Yeah.
You know, you're not, you had all the lights on you and stuff, a little stage fright. You know, I remember when I shot for, I did Maddie Collins for Adam 22 for his first plug talk.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, I've never admitted this on a podcast. I lied my off. I'd never done a mainstream. Adam was the first one I ever did.
Wow.
I kind of lied to Jasmine, apologize. But I had a Twitter going and stuff, and I'd never done it. And she's like, oh, you done? I was like, oh, yeah, I've done it. You know, blah, blah. I just got to get in. Because I was trying to get on his plug talk show.
Yeah.
So I was like, it, I'll go in there. So I get there with Maddie. And I was like, all right, pull up to his house. I'm like, all right, we're here. I'm like, I just hope he's not here. Because he's not here. He's not going to be here. He's got tons of stuff to do. Who's the first person I see when I walk through the fence?
Adam.
Yo, it's Adam going, yo, what's up, bro? I'm like, God damn it, he's here. I'm like, so I just play along. Yo, what's up,
Yeah.
So do all the paperwork. And we start kind of going at it. And then the big lights come on. The camera's in my face. I can't get hard. I'm with Maddie. But lucky for me, I'd brought some Viagra. So I played it off like, hey, man, I just want to have a smoke real quick before I get going. And then he's like, are you sure you're good? I'm like, dude, Adam, I'm fine. I wasn't good. I'm full panic in my head. And then I remember the camera guy looked at me. He goes, man, you better get it up. He goes, man, they ate that last guy alive who couldn't get it up. And I was like, oh God. So I went out to my car and I took a Viagra. Just popped one, had a cigarette, had a Diet Coke, and then went back in there and then thank you, Viagra, because it worked. Full on erection.
Nice.
Did my scene.
You did it with Adam?
No, Adam was not in the scene. We just did it for his plug talk. So it was just me and Maddie.
Oh, got it.
So shout out to Maddie Collins. That was a lot of fun. But,
yeah, he's been getting some heat for letting his girl, I don't know if you saw that, right?
Oh, okay, letting the guys bang his girl?
Yeah.
That's just what he's into, man.
Yeah.
He's a cuck.
He might have to hire you then.
You know, maybe. I think, no offense, but I don't think I'm his wife's type.
Really?
I mean, come on. Have you seen the guy she banged?
You can't keep up with Mandingo?
She likes that BBC, dude. You know, if she wants to, I'll give a plug to my friend Jamie Knox. He's a big star. If you guys are looking for a star to bang Lena the Plug, Ask Jamie Knox. He's a guy I work with, big old 10-incher. And he'll come in, knock it out. He's a straight pro.
10's too long, man.
I think so.
Yeah.
But I know a guy that I used to strip with that had like a 12-incher.
What?
Like, so as a strip show to me, you'd come in like an outfit and stuff. I'd do like a whole strip show. He would legit spend like 20 minutes in the bathroom, oiling it up, pumping them up. And you know, like a sheave that you would put on a sword?
Yeah.
He would just walk out in a pair of cowboy boots and a sheave. And then all he would do, in about 15 minutes into his set, he would just pull the sheave off and just start shaking it.
That's insane.
And the girls would just sit there with their jaws just staring at it. That was his gig.
That's so long.
That was his whole gig.
Was it natural?
What do you mean? Like, did he?
Like some people get enhancement surgery to make it longer?
I'm assuming because he's a black dude.
Yeah.
He just did. I'm assuming it's natural. That's a real thing. That's not like a.
Yeah, people
You can actually get the things.
Yeah, you can enhance an inch or two, I heard.
I'd be so scared. I mean, I don't have a small. It's not huge, but I definitely don't have a small one. But even if I had like a smaller, I'd be a little scared that in the surgery. What if they clip? Just something could easily go wrong. And once if you lose your erection for the, there's.
Plus, you leave part of the feeling. I heard like it doesn't feel as good.
See, that would scare me.
Yeah,
that would. Scare
That's a big
me.
part of sex, right?
Yeah, you got to feel it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Do you know your body count?
It was like 500 before I moved to Vegas.
Wow. So even before Vegas, you were popping.
Banging. Yeah.
Damn.
I've been with a lot of people. It's not really something that like I'm proud of.
Yeah.
But I always told myself ever since I did Mark's show that whenever I was on any kind of podcast, I would just be honest.
No, I appreciate that, man.
I'll just be honest.
I didn't know people were like that in Indiana.
I was. No, definitely. A lot of low keys there. People like bro.
Yeah.
People like
That's what I noticed in every culture. Because I know
if you're
Asians,
kind of suppressed, you're going to more.
Facts. Because I know Asians don't really talk about it like in China and stuff.
They're freaks. A lot of Asians are into pissing and all that stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I saw that.
They're freaks, dude. And I'm not trying to categorize everybody's into it, but more times than none, if you're looking at the piss or the golden shower, it's going to be Asian.
I've never done a golden shower of you.
Oh, yeah. High on ecstasy.
Nice.
Peed all over me.
She peed on you?
Oh, all over me.
Wow.
We peed on each other.
Okay.
Yeah, we were high on blue dolphins, and that was a great experience. I remember she sat on the toilet, and I started off by her blowing me, and then I peed on her face and her mouth, and it was really hard to do because I had a half erection, and it was like so hard to pee. And then we got in the shower, and then I was just so high. I just got on my knees, and she peed all over me.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. Did you record it?
No, that was with my girlfriend at the time.
Oh, nice.
That was before I actually got in. No, I did a little bit. Is this too vagrant for the show?
No.
I don't want to offend anybody.
This is fun, dude.
I'm not trying to I know I'm not your typical guest. I mean, if you're asking, I'll tell you. But no, that was just a girlfriend, man. I was in love with her. That was years and years and years ago. We had a lot of fun together.
Nice.
Yeah, she was cool.
What's the best drug to have sex on, in your opinion?
Natural now, but like honestly, if I'm not advocating to use drugs. First off, don't use drugs. They're bad. if you do them, you could die. But in my experience, doing a little bit of Molly.
Okay.
Bro, not too much. People like to go overboard. Just do a little bit just to get you that nice feel. And man, dude, it feels, you get like the shakes and the shudders and the goosebumps, and it's great.
Wow, I have heard Molly.
Molly's great. You don't have to do a ton. Like, you'll hear a lot of these people that go to like the raves and stuff, they OD, and it's because they're not drinking water and they're popping these things like candy. You just do a little bit and you hang out with your girl at night. More than likely, you're gonna have a great time.
I heard acid's decent too.
So I've done mushrooms more times than I can count, but I've never done acid. Never done the acid.
I love mushrooms.
Yeah, you've done both.
Yeah, I don't have sex on mushrooms, but I like them for working.
But you can have sex on acid.
I haven't.
But could you? Can you comprehend that enough? Because even me on shrooms, I can't.
Yeah.
I turn to I'm an organism. Like I'm like this plant when I do shrooms.
You'd have to be connected with them spiritually. I think.
Yeah, dude, there's no.
If it's a random, I wouldn't risk it.
Yes, spiritually, you'd have to be, because like to me, if I was like super high on shrooms, I would say, what's a sex organ? Oh, okay, because like you don't have no concept of time. I would just be like, what is that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. You just have no concept of anything. You just kind of float around this timeless. It's almost like there's no like male or female, or it's just like you're just like this floating around. To me, time goes away.
Yeah, you're not thinking about sex.
Nothing, bro. I've had some really fun experiences on that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I love mushrooms.
Mushrooms have been great.
They're my favorite.
One of
by far.
the last times I did them, one of the funnest times I did them actually, like I play in a rock and roll band.
Yeah.
I currently sing in a Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie band. I've been obsessed with rock and roll since I can remember. But when I had an old band called Cracker Man, and we were in the Howard Stern show a few times.
Nice.
But we went and did a music video. You ever heard of the Clown Museum in Tonopah?
No.
It's like supposed to be. It's a clown museum. It's all clown themed, so it's creepy as but it's built like right next to it, like on the same property is like this old haunted graveyard. So we filmed a music video there for the Howard Stern show, and we were all high as on mushrooms doing it, walking around that graveyard like that. That was a crazy night.
That's funny, dude.
That was nuts, bro. And I went up going to jail the next day.
What?
Yeah, I had a warrant out for. It's hilarious, dude. I'll post it on my Instagram for people who want to see it. But I didn't know I had a warrant for my arrest in Las Vegas for an unpaid speeding ticket. Seriously, it was just something that stupid. And I ran a stop sign in Tonopah and got pulled over and I had a warrant. And we were filming music videos, so I was coming off shrooms in full eyeliner, full leather jacket, and my mug shot is in full eyeliner and everything.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, bro, I'll send it to Bridger or whoever.
I heard Vegas is the strictest in the country in terms of arrests. Like,
so I got arrested in Tonopah.
Yeah, but they'll extradite you, right?
No, they didn't give.
Oh, they didn't?
No, honestly, I don't know who you've heard that from, but I've had nothing but good experiences with the police officers out here.
No, I'm saying if you get arrested in Vegas and you leave, they will, if you get arrested
so Vegas is big. So you're probably right, but they're not going to waste that money on a speeding ticket.
Right.
On something that small. No, because I remember even when I came back to Vegas, I was told to call the detective in charge of my warrant.
Yeah.
And I just called her. She's like, hey, it happens sometimes. I'm glad she honestly seemed like she was glad that I was staying in contact. She's like, just do this, then do this. And I just paid some fines and it was done.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Any other arrests or that was the only one?
I'm trying to think. I've been, I every once in a while for part-time gig, we'll do pictures on the strip.
Yeah.
And I've been arrested out there by cops.
What's a pixer?
Taking pics.
Oh, pics.
So we take our shirts off and do pictures with girls.
Got it.
That's it. Cops don't like it sometimes, so I got arrested for that.
Girls walk around doing that all the time on the strip.
Yeah.
With their out and everything.
Yeah. So we take our shirts off and put cowboy hats on.
And you get arrested for that?
Yeah. So the cops sometimes just like with you, and they said I was blocking the sidewalk, and I got real mouthy with them, and then they threw me in a paddy wagon for like 3.5 hours, and they did what they call like a class 2, which is they just run you through the system. So like I didn't have any charges or nothing. They just arrest you and just ruin your day. Cost me 2 bachelorette parties.
Damn.
Cost me like 8 to 12 hours of my life, because 3.5 of those hours was in a paddy wagon.
Jeez.
Yeah, bro, it sucked. It was just a horrible experience. But other than that experience, I've had nothing but you have to that cop must have been having a bad day, and he was real short, so he probably had short man complex. But most of the cops out here, you have to be a head for them to really want to do something to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they've seen some.
Yeah, and it's not Indiana where I'm from, they'll bust you for any little thing.
Yeah.
But out here they don't get.
Yeah, same with Jersey. You get caught with a dime of weed, you're arrested.
Really?
In Jersey, yeah.
Jersey?
Yeah. They don't with weed out there.
No way.
Yeah.
Really? I figured Jersey would be
well, now it's legal, so it might be different. But when I grew up, we used to look around our shoulders when we were smoking in the cars.
Really?
Yeah.
That was kind of like that growing up where I was from in Indiana. That was like way before when weed still had seeds in it.
Yeah.
You know, we got that, they called it the Mexican brick weed. That's what everyone got. It all came from Mexico.
Weed.
Yeah, yeah. That's what everybody got back in the day. It all came from wherever it is. We were all getting weed from the same plantation or farm in Mexico.
I used to smoke hella weed, dude, but I stopped.
I still do.
Yeah.
I'm not hell. I like to do it at night, especially in the afternoon. But I just, it's so convenient, and they're probably real bad for you. But I just do like the pins now.
The pins?
Just the pen.
Oh, pen.
The liquid THC, what do they call the cartridges?
Yeah, yeah.
You put it in the battery and just hit that.
I used those in college. Yeah, they're probably terrible for you.
Probably terrible. So are the Marlboro Reds I smoke, and so is the Diet Coke. I mean, we're all ticking. It's all gonna be gone soon, bro.
Yeah.
It's nuts, bro. Like I don't want to sound like such an old guy, but I'll be 40 years old in September, and I literally, Sean, I felt like I just moved here, bro.
Wow.
I feel like I'm 20. I'm still I'm 20 sometimes, man.
Time flies, man.
Bro, it's nuts, man.
Crazy. You want kids?
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't.
Okay.
I think for me to really make that decision, I'd have to meet like the right girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd have to be very open, I think.
Maybe not so much, because if I met the right girl, like I don't have to do all this. So if I were to meet somebody, maybe open after time, but I don't. People. It's funny because I used to get in arguments with an ex-girlfriends. Not really arguments, but we go back and forth, chin check each other a little bit.
Yep.
And she was just. She always thought I was just like overly sexual, just always doing stuff. And it's just like I said, if you just followed me around, you could see how reserved I am a lot of the times. Yeah, man.
Interesting.
It just is. Sometimes there's a time to be wild and there's a time not to be.
So you could kind of turn it on and off.
And again, too, I love having fun, but why are we all doing anything? I know you love doing podcasts, right?
Yeah.
You love this, right? But why are you doing it besides love? Money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So same thing, there comes an aspect where it's like, you got to be about your business. So a lot of times I can't if you get too friendly and stuff, your tips will go down, because now they're going to start seeing you as like a friend and stuff like that, where it's like, there's like a wall sometimes you got to put up, and I'll feel bad sometimes, but I'm pretty about this is what we make. This is what we expect to be made. Please take care of us.
Yeah. And do you have a team or are you solo?
Depends. There's definitely a handful of guys that work for the same company, but it just depends on the client.
Yeah.
The client may want one stripper. They want maybe 2 male strippers. Maybe they want a male and a female. Maybe they want 2 female and 1 male. So it's just whatever the party calls for.
Oh, so you've done it with a female too?
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Those are my favorites sometimes, especially if you get with a cool girl that's open and doesn't mind having fun. You get paid extra to bang her.
Oh, yeah?
Like people like pay you extra to watch you fuck. Yeah, it's like the old school days, like the Roman days. Like a Roman slave.
Yeah.
Like
There are
Spartacus.
sex shows, I heard.
I mean, like actual like billed and booked as like a sex show.
Like people have sex like on stage and people pay to show up.
I know that was like a big thing back in like New York, back in like the 80s, early 90s, but I haven't heard of that out here.
Okay.
That's illegal in Clark County. It's legal in Vegas, just illegal. I mean, it's legal in Nevada. It's just illegal in Clark County, which is Las Vegas.
So
That's why all the
prostitution.
horses. That's why all the whorehouses are in Pahrump.
Pahrump. Yeah, I've been there once.
Yeah.
You've been out there?
I get some property out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty far out, but it's interesting.
Yeah. I like it. I like Pahrump.
Yeah, I think it's slept on a little bit.
Nice golf courses. Nice mellow town. It's got the casinos and stuff. We're about 45 minutes an hour outside of Vegas. It's a cool place.
Yeah. So I saw you recently became friends with Steve Will Do It. How did that happen?
Steve. That dude's fun as bro. What's crazy about the Steve thing is he was my childhood hero. Yeah. I looked up to him growing up, watching him on YouTube. Yeah.
Wow. So
it's just crazy to get to when you grow up and you finally meet your childhood hero. He was doing some streams at the Red Rock and wanted a rock and roll band in his suite. And so somehow he got my number and we did the whole rock and roll party show. And I got a text the next morning like, hey, bro, it's Steve. And rest of them, we've been hanging out since.
Dude, that's legendary.
Yeah, I guess. He's cool. Him, his girl, Selena, super nice. Everybody in his group, that dude is an amazing cool dude. And it's really cool that when you get to grow up and meet your childhood hero, they actually are really cool.
Yeah, that's rare, I feel like.
Really rare.
Yeah, love that. Shout out to Steve.
Shout out to Steve.
What's next for you, man?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't. I'm going to keep doing this because it's paying the bills. And but I really, honestly think I'm leaving money on the table, and I'm going to be a streamer. I'm going to start streaming.
Yeah,
I just have to.
You'd be a great host.
Yeah, man. I'm just going to start streaming. So please follow me on my socials. It's at Salad Tossin Lawson.
What a name.
I know, right? So it's what they called me in high school, and I like to eat too. So it all fits. So, but I think I'm going to start streaming, bro.
What a closing sentence right there.
I
like to eat.
Right, just in the digital social hour. But like I said, man, I hope so I'm on that group chat.
Yeah, the WhatsApp
for all your guests that come on here, and when I saw it, I couldn't help but to just look at it for a minute, and I seen that you put, hey, this is Sean, blah blah, the blah blah. Please introduce yourself. This is stuff. So I was like, what do I say? Hi guys, this is Tyler. I'm a male in Las Vegas. This was on Sean's show. If any of you guys have wives that need entertained, give me a call. I mean, what do I? It's all at Salad Tossin Lawson on Instagram. I'm also a golfer. Any golfers out there?
Dude, I would do it. You might get a client.
And also dead. I got my brother I have a brother that played in the NBA.
Okay.
He lives in Florida. And I'm trying to get him to come on the show if you have him. But he's NBA, ex-NBA. And if anybody is looking for a yacht, I'm your guy.
You're the yacht plug?
I'm the yacht plug.
Okay.
Come to me if you need a yacht. Brand new. Brand new. We'll build it however you want. Just come to me for a yacht.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody sees this, that'll be my next adventure. If I sell one yacht, I'm just going to be a yacht guy.
All right, guys. So if you're watching this and you need your wife's eaten, or if you need a yacht, hit up my man Tyler.
Correction. If you need your wife banged, I will not normally eat the wife's on the first date, and got to get to know someone before you eat the right, Sean?
Fair.
Right? Sniff before you lick.
Yeah, definitely sniff. Yeah. All right, guys. Check them out. Peace.